Okay, we're live. Welcome everybody to the Fashion Matrix podcast, the only place where you wake the fuck up and be free, all right? This is Pablo Rivera Espinosa Los Monteros, your host. Remember that this podcast gets sponsored by Style Systems and Image Consulting Business. Now, following the same tradition of, interviewing people, you guys know that this is not really like an interview, it's more like a chat. And I only bring people that I respect, and I only bring people that know that they're top at the top of their business and they know what they're talking about. And they're going to help you because basically the Fashion Matrix is to just bring some light and start living life under your own terms, not taking the bullshit taking shit for granted, right? Like everyone else is just, oh, you're not supposed to do this. Okay, cool. You're supposed to do that. Okay, cool. So I have a very special guest. His name is Dustin from Viola brand. And man, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good.
I'm surviving.
I'm very excited to have you over here because when I was in Mexico City, I was always thinking, I actually said to my girl, like, man, I gotta do an interview or a collaboration with this dude. Like, damn, because I always follow you on Instagram and you're doing a lot of stuff over there
too.
Been
a minute, man. Yeah. Since I last saw you.
Yeah, it has. So, well, the talk that we're going to do, you're in the cannabis industry, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's exactly what I want to talk about, man. I want you to enlighten me and us and the audience on, some of the basic stuff,
right?
Like the benefits of it, and just to break the paradigm and the stereotype of, you're going to be like a stoner and all that shit.
No, that's number one, man. That's number one. It's like, I'm glad where the industry's becoming. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we've had legal cannabis, somewhat legal gray area since '96 in California. So people didn't understand that medical cannabis was legal in California, over 20 years already.
Oh, was it? Whoa.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while, but there was never a real regulation saying where and how and who could provide cannabis to the medical patients. It was very, very just cut and just open for people to not just get it, but who was selling it, who was providing it, who was donating it, whatever you want to call it. There was no law for it. So now that it's actual industry, it's actually regulated and people can actually shed some light. Our biggest, my biggest thing is in the industry now is to shed light, obviously exactly. To break the stigma, to bridge gaps between industries, whether that's fashion and cannabis, whether that's athletics and fitness and cannabis, whether that's entertainment, music and cannabis, just bridging those gaps and then just showing people that typical Cheech and Chong stereotype doesn't exist. It exists, but there's so much more behind the people like myself, like yourself, who actually consume cannabis, either recreationally or medically. People can do it responsibly, and people use it for different ailments. I'm just glad that there's a place and a platform for us to speak about.
What was your first approach on cannabis?
Man, my first
and how was it? Like it was like
I grew up like super scared to smoke weed.
Yeah,
my mom was like not about that shit. So I didn't smoke. My first time was, I believe I was a fracker. I graduated high school.
Whoa.
But I was super secretive about it and very nervous to get caught. You know what I mean? All through high school, all my friends smoked, but they already knew, like, don't try to tempt Dustin with it. Yeah. Don't smoke around Dustin with it. Yeah. It was just already known thing, Once I tried it, it was something that it stuck with me for sure.
Yeah.
Over anything,
Did you have your very first approach because you were a little bit scared?
Yeah.
Because that's something that maybe some people are still scared, right? Yeah. They're still thinking like, oh, it's the devil.
Right.
I still deal with that type of people.
No, there's a lot of people that feel that way. People thinking that considering weed like cocaine or heroin or like super, crazy drugs like that are hardcore.
Would you say that having that mentality affects how weed affects you, how cannabis affects you? If you're entering very scared, like, oh, you're gonna.
I feel like people can have bad highs.
Yeah.
I feel like at the street level, anything can be mixed in the stuff, and you might get some bad quality cannabis, and there's that for anything. Like I consider it like let's talk about alcohol, right? You can have Jose Cuervo tequila, right? And we all have a story about Jose Cuervo, you know what I mean? But then you can have Don Julio 1942, or you can have Vera Azul. You can have all these really, really good tequilas where you're like, okay, I don't have the same interpretation of like, okay, it didn't. Everyone says, oh, I can't drink tequila, it makes me aggressive. I'm like, I haven't got aggressive one time about tequila. Same thing for cannabis is people have bad highs, people have bad experiences. You know what I mean? I think now we're at a regulated stage where everything has to be tested. All the cannabis has to be completely organic and clean. I can tell the difference. I mean, completely from smoking all these years, I can tell the difference whether it's clean or dirty.
That's something that I want to talk about. But before we start getting into the actual like the quality of it, because I know you're very good at it. The other time you were telling me, oh, this is how you need to do it. I think you even gave me a magnifying glass. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I was trying to be cool, like, oh, I see it, but I had no idea. Literally, I was like, okay, cool. Right. And now I have that story. I tell it to everyone, like, oh man, this guy knows his shit.
Man, it's just.
But before I get into that, shout out to Herradura, because we work with tequila. Herradura.
Oh, beautiful,
come on, man. Come on, Herradura. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
It's great tequila.
Hey, I literally just ran out of a couple bottles.
Oh man, I gotta hook you up then.
Mother's Day, we ran out like 3 bottles.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to bring some. But I was reading a little bit of the history on cannabis, and I really don't know much about it. I think it came from Asia. I'm not so sure, right? And then when it came to America, I started seeing that the whole stigma and the whole stereotype started because of the consumption of Black people and Mexicans, right?
Minorities.
And minorities were like, no, you blah, blah, blah. And the marijuana, the term marijuana comes from Mexicans and whatever.
Yeah, marijuana was a made up term.
Yeah, exactly, right?
It was a slang term for cannabis.
That's something. So what do you feel about that? Like,
man,
that image, because we're talking about image.
Great. Like if you go back in history for cannabis, like you see it was used in ancient times, but it was used for textiles. It was used for herbs, natural herbs. It wasn't so much consumed through smoking as much as it was used for different types of products. People were using the hemp plant and using like the cannabis plant for. They were using it for their teas. They were using it to make certain concrete, and they were using it for a bunch of different. Back when you had to live off the land, you know what I mean. There were so many different ways they were using the hemp plant and the cannabis plant. And then, of course, there was people that were using it spiritually and using it to, I guess, touch, their minds a little different. You know what I mean?
My own experience on cannabis is the plant is so generous.
Man.
Super generous. Amazing. It's giving you a lot of stuff, stuff that you can work with.
And just like the whole plant in general, I mean, the way you consume it, the way it's broken down can be used in so many different ways. You know what I mean? You don't have to just get high off the plant.
No.
So that's the biggest thing in educating people is going back to ancient times and showing now is when cannabis came to America, that's when they started becoming, it was legal just a couple hundred years ago here. You know what I mean? It was when our government really started establishing, they started cutting stuff out,
What would you think that happened? I mean, what would you say? What's your opinion on this is the fashion majors. We're talking about, get out of the goddamn majors.
Yeah, I would love to just go back in time to see who and why people started, having a negative, connotation to cannabis. It worked for so long. It was doing good for so long. I don't know. I would love to go back and find out who did that.
Yeah, because every time I'm talking to someone that consumes cannabis, they're super fantastic. They're phenomenal people. There's no negativity around there, and they have some of them they get lost, but the majority are they're pretty fucking smart. I think
another thing too is anything in moderation is good, right?
Well,
anything abused, you can abuse anything. You can abuse food, alcohol.
That's true.
Obviously pharmaceutical drugs. Anything could be abused. I think anything in moderation can be used for good.
Yeah.
You know, not everything, of course, but I think cannabis again can be abused. You know what I mean? I think someone, I personally can't smoke all day and work. I can't smoke at all in the day and work.
Yeah,
it's not something. It's just, I'm not. My career isn't in that lane. Like I'm not a creative. You know, I know there's certain creatives that can literally spark their creative mind and literally lock in on what they do and paint all day and digitally create art. So it's just different. Like you got to find out what works for you, what doesn't. There's different strains that do different things for the body and for the mind. So I'm just not one that I can't smoke all day. For me, it's just to calm down and just relax and just sit back and just unwind. You know what I mean?
So going back again with the stereotypes, would you say that right now, like we're breaking that stereotype and we're like fuck that, all that, like everyone, like the businessman is smoking weed, like everyone's.
The biggest thing about how we're breaking it is because now the people are coming out the closet. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Like big time CEOs and mothers,
real estate
mothers
agents.
that pick up their kids from soccer practice and doctors and just think of anyone, just a regular day. Think of a regular career, you know, real estate agents, fashion people, entertainers. The ones that weren't open are now way more open about it.
That's true. And
you're being able to see like, oh, damn, like, that person's successful. Oh, damn, they're responsible. Yeah. Oh, that mom right there is a great mother. I didn't know she consumed cannabis. You know, so we're breaking them by themselves.
That's true.
You know, but it's just the more people come into light about it, and then those people can educate. You know, those people that were in the closet, they weren't educating. They weren't telling anybody, you know, about cannabis at all. So now everyone's starting. It's just word of mouth. I think being able to spread in like a domino effect.
That's exactly what is happening. Yeah, the domino effect. Exactly. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah.
And we can market it. We can advertise now. We never, you know, Facebook and Instagram are fighting us on that, but we're still using those platforms, you know, and YouTube and all these social platforms. Now that we can speak up about it,
it's like a megaphone.
100%, because you have medical and you have recreational. Yeah, that's never going to go away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But even the people that use it recreationally are still reaping the medical benefits. You know what I mean. So
something that I admire from you, man, also is that people always say, well, if you consume cannabis,
right,
you're gonna be a lazy nothing. You're gonna do nothing. You're not gonna make money. So I'm watching you. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker has money, man. Like, shit, you're making good money.
Bullshit,
you're a fucking businessman. Yeah. You're all over the fucking place. You're traveling all the time.
Right.
Like, you're a businman.
Yes, sir.
And you are in the cannabis consumption. What do you have to say about that? To all the people that are saying, cannabis, you can't be a businessman.
I think it's absolute bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think anything can make you can determine if you're lazy or not. It's not the plant. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. I can quote you on that, man.
Anything can. I mean, people play video games. I don't blame it on a drug. I blame it. To me, TV and all that is a drug to some people.
The fashion matrix, baby. There's a matrix right there. Man,
100%. That's true. You know, so I completely disagree when people that's my main thing. Like the Cheech and Chong, pothead stoners sitting on the couch, eating chips, crumbs everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fools haven't showered in a couple of days. Like, man, to me, that doesn't even exist. I don't even know too many people that do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I also think that cannabis is used more socially than anything. I can't smoke on myself.
Oh, really? Why?
It feels weird. I can do it.
Yeah.
But I'd rather smoke and, you know, enjoy it with someone else. And
it's cool.
It's something that brings camaraderie. You know, it's something that breaks barriers, you know, on a social standpoint.
Yeah.
Someone who may have been raised hella racist, you know.
True. That's true.
Probably one of the first times, you know, stepping out of that comfort zone is probably smoking a joint with,
that's true,
you know, a minority. I
think I've heard from a comic or something like that you can get a room full of people with booze and they'll start fighting each other. You can get a room full of people and smoking weed and they'll have a great time.
Great time when opening up, you know what I mean? I think it sets a comfort stage.
That's true.
You know, where everyone's comfortable. Like I said, to me, man, weed's like the global and world, you know, drug that brings people together. I don't consider it a drug. It's medicine.
Exactly. That's a medicine. It's a beautiful medicine. It's a gift.
It's amazing, bro.
Now, talking about the actual like the quality of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's something that
That's
I want you to teach me, man. Now, super basic, starting with the most basic shit. Yeah. What's the difference between the different branches of cannabis?
All right, so cannabis can be grown different ways, right? So California, obviously, we're the mecca of cannabis. Everyone in the world knows it, and it's simply just because of our climate.
What about Mexico?
Hey, Mexico got a good climate, though. You know, you guys weren't allowed to do certain things there. You know what I mean? But so, I mean, they're bringing medical cannabis. It passed in Mexico, so. There's going to be a lot of things going on pretty soon. A lot of California brands are getting ready to dive into Mexico.
There's a lot of money happening, and right now the president that we have is fighting really hard to be like, we're going to legalize weed because there's a lot of money to be made.
I think it'll. I mean, it's hard to say, but I think it'll build up. I think it'll build up the country a little more.
I hope so.
I mean, cartels don't have to do anything illegal.
Exactly.
They can do it legally.
Yeah.
As much as they control the country and people don't want them to control the country. At least now they can do something legally.
Yeah.
They can employ people legally.
There's going to be a change.
So I don't see it being a bad thing. I see it being a good thing. I see it allowing people to really expand the country for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I think gentrification is going to come to the country big time.
Good times ahead.
Yeah, just because of the plant.
Yeah, that's true. Now, but going back to the way that you grow weed and the different.
It can be grown outdoor. Consider sun-grown cannabis.
Okay.
It can be grown. We call it light dep. It's in like greenhouses, like canopy spaces. And then we have like your connoisseur, like really high quality cannabis is an indoor. Where it's completely the environment's completely controlled. So that's the only thing. It's all about the environment, right? So growing outdoor and growing greenhouse is really, really difficult because you don't control the environment. You got you have the access to the bugs and
that's true.
And all that. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's plain agriculture. People that think it's easy to grow weed, go buy a clone and try to grow one clone at home. I bet you fail.
It's not gonna grow.
I can't.
I've tried to grow in my house and
it's a whole nother world, So the different qualities are just based off of the different ways of cultivating. I only smoke indoor. It's kind of like a snobby. People are with wine. From Napa Valley.
Yes, of course.
From Argentina and from Italy.
It's true that now you have people that you have like tasting of different kinds of weed. Like, okay, this
100%.
is whoa, that's crazy, man.
It's called terpenes, right? And there's
I've never heard of
terpenes are in everything. Terpenes are in wine. Terpenes are in fruit. But terpenes can be completely extracted from the plant.
Okay.
And that's what gives you that taste, whether it's acidic or robust, whatever those palate tastes
of course,
are all from the terpenes. So now, bro, the way people are growing and the way terpenes are being played with, I mean, you're smoking stuff that's if it's a banana kush, it tastes like banana if it's grown correctly. If you're smoking a lemon jack, it tastes like lemonade. You know what I mean? It really does have those pure real taste. So now it's like, man, weed used to just be weed. It used to be kush and just,
I remember.
So now, I mean, dude, like, what do you want? Like, what are you looking for? And between the sativa and the indicas and the hybrids, that do different things for you, that give you that different feeling.
What do you have to say about that? The indica, the difference? This is very basic.
Yeah.
The sativa and the indica and the hybrids.
I feel like when I first started smoking, it was literally just strictly like an indica, like it was couch lock.
Most people,
like all body high, right? Yeah. That's what indica is for. The sativas are all like the cerebral and your head high. You know what I mean? They're a little more racy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the mind. And then the hybrid, can be broken down depending on it can be more dominant sativa or it can be more dominant indica. And that's kind of where I fall into place. And I think that's where cannabis is going to continue to go, is all to the hybrid, because now people are crossing so many different strains. I'm a hybrid guy. Okay. You know what I mean? Nothing too up, nothing too down. Yeah. But that's where all the flavorful cannabis is at, is in the hybrids, man. I want to get taste. Like, I'm like a wine guy. Like, I know exactly what kind of wine I like. I like my wine dry. I'm not a fruity guy. You know what I mean? So exactly with cannabis, like, I know exactly what flavors I want. and you can go get them. That's the crazy thing is that there's probably, I would give it, a couple hundred different flavors of cannabis now. There's no such thing.
Wow.
So
I wasn't aware of that. Man.
That's the problem with California now. Everyone's snobby because, man, you can get this and you can get that. And I mean, people are crossing a Girl Scout cookie with a blue dream and this and that. I mean, you're getting growers that are coming up with their own phenotypes of stuff that we never existed. So it's fun. It's a fun time right now.
It is.
People are creating, everything is being created right now. And it's great to see agriculture being done like that. Yeah. And now you're seeing agriculture change, in California. California, we were number one in grapes. That was the number one agriculture, as far as being grown and sold was grapes because of the wine industry.
Exactly.
It's flipped. Grapes is number two to cannabis. Cannabis is number one now.
Wow.
So, I mean, so many people are giving up their old farms, that were growing, tomatoes and corn and potatoes and even wine, wine countries splitting their crop to go cannabis and wine now. You know what I mean? Now it's crazy to see that.
I want to talk about something else. As far as consuming it, how would you recommend is the best way to consume it? Like burning it, like a joint or vaping or
joint and like smoking it, rolling it up in anything. Obviously, the joint is going to be the best, like organic way to smoke. If you're rolling something, stay away from blunts. Obviously, that's tobacco based. But vaping is going to be the safest way. It's going to be the healthiest way. Obviously, you're always going to get some type of particle from the paper. They make organic raw papers now too.
Wow,
but,
man!
Yeah, man, the evolution of cannabis, and it's going so fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I say, in the next 5 years, it'll be all different again. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
But I think flower will always dominate the market. People really it's something about smoking. It's something about, it doesn't matter if it's a vape, a bong, a pipe, a vape pen. Something about smoking, like the act of smoking, for a lot of people, they enjoy it. That's what I don't consume cannabis any other way.
Okay.
I enjoy the art of smoking.
Now, when it comes to the THC, CBD, all that, do you know like the benefits? Can you explain?
So THC and CBD are two different cannabinoids, and cannabinoids are different. They're basically different sectors of the plant. Yeah. You know what I mean? They give different benefits. There's probably, I forgot how many cannabinoids there is in the full plant, but it's over 20.
Wow. So I had no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like the different THC compounds, all make your body react a different way. Same with CBD. Wow. So CBD there's two types of cannabis plants, right? There's hemp, and then there's actual cannabis, which is like the marijuana, right? The flower bud. Hemp is where the most purest CBD comes from, where there's like the least amount of THC in it. Hemp is used for fabrics, for textiles, for grains, for food, and then it's also used to extract the CBD and use it for a lot of pain medication, inflammation. We know that inflammation is the cause of disease.
Exactly.
Anything. The more inflammation you have in your body, the more your body is accessible to disease. Whether that's cancer, whether that's arthritis, name an ailment, name a disease, that's where it starts. The stem of it's from inflammation. So if you can reduce the inflammation naturally, you can basically fight off certain diseases that'll never become or even start in your body. That has to do with alkaline levels and stuff like that, right? So with CBD, the most pure CBD helps with all inflammation. That's number one. It helps with tremors. Anyone that's got crazy tremors from, cancer patients that have gone through chemo, gone through radiation. I've seen crazy tremors that people can't even stop. But after 30 minutes, you take a little CBD. I've seen it completely stop. Wow. You know what I mean? So the power of CBD and the power of THC together, you combine those compounds together. They're stronger together than separate. So when formulated together, they can do some amazing things.
Because now there's some products that they just have CBD.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So there's some products that are just CBD only.
Yeah.
There's a lot of topicals, to help with inflammation and bruising and pain. There's CBD in like an oil tincture form. That gets it to your system faster.
Okay.
And what I try to tell people is, you're using CBD, pure CBD. You're not getting high, and that's the misled stigma in CBDs, that people think you're getting high off it. I literally, bro, I was quick story. I was our headquarters is in Hollywood, right? And I'm off of Hollywood, and we're off of Cahuenga and Selma. Okay. Literally right in between Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard, right in the heart of it. We just literally walked down like to the corner to get a coffee, right? And they were carrying my people's it's called Day One CBD seltzer water.
Oh,
right, with lemon in it, right? Ooh. And the lady who was selling it, she saw me and my partner buying a couple. I just bought a couple waters because it's my people's brand. Shout out to Day One CBD. And she literally stopped us and was like, "You know what? Only drink a little bit at a time. This shit's really strong." I was like, "Hell no!" What? So, yeah, we've had people come in here and I'm like, "Lady, it's only CBD. You
don't even know who you're talking to. Like, shit, fucking."
I was just dying laughing. My partner's like, "Bro, just leave it alone." But that's like the miseducation. That's in this. Understanding. Yeah, you can get CBD from the hemp plant. Yeah. You can also get CBD and extract it from the marijuana plant. It's less and it's more THC in it, but you can still get CBD from it. Even like flour, when you buy flour now and it's regulated in the state of California, we have it labeled and it has to show you everything that's in it. There's small bits of CBD in the flour that you smoke as well. So it just varies in like the compounds based off where it's extracted from. But I try to tell people, use CBD as like a daily vitamin. Use it as a vitality supplement. Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? For athletes, that's what we're pushing a lot into. Shout out to Al Harrington, boss man at Viola. He's pushing the envelope for athletes. We're hoping to be in the NBA pretty soon. They're using it for the rehabilitation because as an athlete, I pumped my body full of meds. Ibuprofen, Celebrex, and Tylenol, and Advil. God damn! Just like after a game. 4 ibuprofen. Before the game, 4 ibuprofen. During the day, 4 ibuprofen, and that doesn't do anything besides numb your body and just fuck your body inside out, That's the different thing about cannabis, is that it's healing. It's not something to numb your body, it's completely relieving it. So when you use CBD as a vitamin, it's just running through your bloodstream because your body, God created, I don't know what y'all believe in, God created a higher source, whatever you want to come to believe in. You were created with CBD receptors. Your body has THC receptors. It actually creates THC on its own. It actually creates CBD on its own. I didn't know that. But very, very, very tiny little bits. Yeah. So your body's already genetically put together with these receptors from what this plant does. So this plant didn't just happen on Earth to come from nothing. Exactly. If you believe in agriculture and you believe in diet, so wherever you're getting your fruits and your vegetable from, out that ground, it's the same way cannabis is being grown.
Come from Earth,
You know what I mean?
It's gotta be good for you.
Definitely, your body is receiving it very well. Your body doesn't receive pharmaceuticals well. You know what I mean?
Chemically.
It's just caught by the nerves. And those nerves get numb, and then as soon as it runs out, then those nerves are going again. What CBD does is it goes into the body and it works from it inside out, and that's why it's going to be huge in cosmetics. You know what I mean? Because
of course,
it's cell regeneration, right? So all these face washes and all these elixirs and all these things that men and women are using to create good skin,
even in beauty. So
because all these cosmetic products got vitamin A and vitamin B, and vitamin C, right, to help rehydrate the skin, replenish the skin. It's the same thing for CBD, even stronger. So these big cosmetic companies they're coming already. It's because of the benefits. It's real benefits. I got friends, that I've helped, just push them on the CBD, and they use it, and they can see the difference. So it's not that it doesn't work. It works.
No, it works.
But we're in a world where politics is huge. So,
man, that's the manipulate. That's something, a term that I always use because of image consultant, manipulation of perception. They manipulate the way that you perceive something, and then you fuck. But yeah, I've been getting my mom some CBD, and she was like, "Oh my god, come on,
my grandma's
take it. It's gonna do you some good."
Yeah, my grandma's 83, right? Full blown rheumatoid arthritis. You know, she takes CBD. Has been taking it for, I think she's been on it now almost 2 years. And she uses a tincture, and she uses a topical. She dances. She works full time at Walmart.
Wow.
She doesn't have to. She just, that lady doesn't want to stop.
That's great, man.
She travels, you know, and it's good to see what it can actually do for so many different people.
Yeah.
Young, old, you know, they got CBD for babies. They got CBD for animals. You know,
I didn't know that they had CBD for babies. Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's good. That people don't hear enough about this.
No,
right?
We can literally talk for hours about CBD. You know, the THC gets you high. You know what I mean? But where it really comes medically, like big time, is for cancer. That's where CBD and THC come together.
Let's talk about THC. Like, what's your intake about THC? What's the benefits of this?
So THC is a psychoactive. That's the part that, you know, gives you high. It gives you that high. You know what I mean? It gives you that elevated experience, right? I am a huge fan of THC for simply to relax yourself. You know, I mean, like I've seen people that were like straight off alcoholics, like completely like cut off alcohol and only smoke now. You know what I mean?
And they're
better.
Way better.
You know, I've seen depressed people, you know, start using it, you know, little by little. I mean, if you have anxiety, don't smoke weed. You got anxiety and you're smoking weed to help with your anxiety, you're just making more anxiety for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't smoke. I'm saying, be careful, right? If you're anxious and you have crazy anxiety and you're just over here rolling fucking joints and blunts and hitting bong rips all day, most likely the anxiety is going to continue to increase and you're going to drive yourself fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but people don't understand that. You know, that's the whole paranoia of smoking weed, right? It makes you anxious. It makes you paranoid.
But because they already have it within themselves. But they give that to the...
You have anxiety, go get some CBD. You can order online. Make sure it's USDA approved. You're good.
Go to Viola. What?
Yeah.
Do you have
go there. You go to violabrands.com.
That's it, baby.
You can hit me on Instagram. I am Dustin Williams. I will help you out.
Yeah. We will give all of your information.
THC to me is, you know, it's not a bad thing.
No,
you know what I mean? You know, when you learn how to dose it, and that's the greatest thing about on the regulated market, now on the legal market, that there's dosing. You know what I mean? Edibles are strong. You know, they're dosed. Yeah. And when you go into your local dispensary, those bud tenders will educate you. That's the greatest thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like they have to be educated. Otherwise, it's just here. You want to buy something? Okay, here you go.
Right.
No, educate me, man.
Yeah.
Just like you say, when you're gonna maybe have some dinner and you wanna have a great bottle of wine, you go with someone that knows you. Okay, I'm gonna eat this.
What do you recommend? A great dinner. I'm for sure smoking like 30 minutes before.
Really?
You know, a nice little couple of hits. I usually take like a sativa or like hybrid. You know, it's a little more upper. You know what I mean? It doesn't start doing that. You know,
because I only consume weed as a ritual. You know, very spiritual and all that.
Yeah.
And you know, I always tell to the audience, I've talked about some other drugs like DMT, ayahuasca, all that.
Right.
And I only take it as a ritual.
Sure.
Acid, no, mushrooms, peyote.
Yeah.
All those things. Yeah. I've done them all, and they're super, super good for you. It's just the people
microdose.
You bring your own experience.
Yes. 100%.
And if you are crazy, like you said, if you're fucking anxious, then don't fucking do it, man.
Don't do it. Just understand it. And understand how to use it. I think just educate. I mean, we have internet, right? I mean, dude,
we have people like you.
Exactly.
There's
so many people out there that are educating people on the internet. I know a lot of people are like, yo, I smoked in high school and I had the craziest high. I'll never smoke again. I'm like, damn, I wish you'd give me a chance to consume again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's different THC percentages that, you know, get you a little higher than others. there's different compounds in the plant that do things for you. You know, you can have a high THC level, and you can have a low THC level, and the low THC level, because of the different compounds in it, might get you higher than the higher THC level. People don't understand that. You know, California, everyone just wants to get as high as they can.
That's what I've seen with some brands. So I think that some people, the THC is super high.
Right.
Because I've been asking some people like, okay, so I want to buy something. Oh, this has so much THC. It's going to get you super high. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to get high. I'm just like, give me the good stuff.
I want it to taste good.
Yeah. I want something good for my body. Bro.
Like I want like the highest quality, you know.
But I mean, if you can say it in one word, THC, what's the benefit of it?
Benefit of it?
Besides, you know, well, maybe I'm going to start getting my hippie side, opening your fucking consciousness, getting a better perspective of
for life. Everyone who's on the go and everyone is dealing with life shit and is busy and fucking just stressed out. I feel like THC just allows me to like remove myself from the world real quick, allows me just to be calm within by myself.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it just gives me a sense of peace.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow, that's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, it gives me a sense of peace, and it allows you just to kind of, like I said, just remove yourself, you know, be like, just be you and your own. Everyone's got crazy lives and crazy distractions that are going on, right? It allows you just not to be distracted and just be in your own element. You know what I mean?
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Now, maybe to start wrapping it up, what would you start? Well, some advice to people that are still like, they might want to do it. They are kind of like in the fence.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends that are like that.
Right.
A lot of people, and even clients and customers, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you smoke weed." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck what?
Yeah.
Don't be thinking about that. Just do it on your own."
Right.
And they're like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Even though there's a lot of light right now, there's a lot of people that are just like you said, coming up and saying, "Yeah, I'm upfront about it.
Yeah,
I'm a big consumer of weed, whatever." But they're still kind of scared.
Yeah.
What would be like the first step for them that are kind of scared still?
Man,
what would you say, man?
I would say find your stoner friend.
Yeah.
You know, who cares about you?
Yeah, of course.
You know, find that person you're comfortable with that consumes.
That's true.
Because you don't want to do it by yourself. You know, you want to do it in a comfortable setting. And just have them, you know, basically have like a testing, you know, and you guys are at the house and you're doing the food testing, and you guys have, you know, I say just have a testing, you know, see what you like. Some people like consuming it by eating it, you know. Some people like consuming the drinks. Some like smoking a vape pen. I said if you're just scared to get high, smoke a vape pen. You know, it's smaller dosing. It's it can be strong, but I mean, you don't have to smoke a whole, like if I'm gonna smoke a joint, we're gonna smoke the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not exactly.
But for a vape pen, you can control that, right? Every hit is a different a dose, you know. So I say start smoking a vape pen. It's the easiest way, you know.
That's true.
If you're scared you're gonna smell like something, smoke a vape pen.
That's true.
That's what everyone's worried about. You know?
Smell. Yeah.
I don't want to go inside the house, my family, this and that, or I want to go into work. I'm taking a lunch break, this and that. I got fired today because I came in smelling like a fucking bag, you know. You know, if you're anxious and you need a lunch break and you need a little something to, you know, get you through your day,
enhance you. Yeah.
Get a vape pen. You know.
Right. That's something great, man.
Yeah. The oil's clean. That's the greatest thing. You know.
That's something that I want to talk about too. The oil, because I really don't know how you guys get it in. Like I thought it was like stronger, but I'm really not sure.
So there's different extraction processes, right? So edibles are made with either cannabis butter or cannabis oil, like you know, like coconut oil now, and it's just the way you extract it out of the plant. So the manufacturing process is another science. Yeah. You know what I mean? When they take the actual plant and they turn it into oils and waxes and concentrates. They turn it into so many different substances that are obviously from the plant. It's actually amazing, man. It's when I first started in the industry, like we had fucking flour.
That's crazy.
We had like a brownie, a Rice Krispie treat, and hash. The original hashish. You know, like that's all we had. You know, and now when you look at a menu and you see the SKUs on there, I'm like, damn, we got lemonades, we got gummy bears, sour belts.
True.
We have all kind of different vape pens and different flavors. Yeah. We got weed beer. You know,
absolutely,
Lagunitas has got a hops beer with THC and CBD.
I gotta get me one of those.
We got CBD water. We got bro, like the amount of products now is amazing.
And do you think it's gonna get bigger?
I think it's I think it'll continue to be bigger.
Yeah.
Like what's really gonna be big, you're gonna see I say in California, you're gonna see restaurants. You're gonna see the restaurants start adding a THC and a CBD side to the menus 100%. There's already CBD cocktails.
Hell no, really? Yeah. Oh well, yeah. There's gotta be.
If you go to Hollywood, like LA, they'll probably if you go to like a craft place where they have craft cocktails, they'll have like one or two that have CBD oil infused. It's
beautiful. It's so beautiful. Well, I love Mother Ganja. You know,
man, I love it. Likewise, brother. I wouldn't be out where I'm at in life without it. You know, so I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I was the black sheep in my family for a long time. And now look at you, man. Yeah. Motherfuckers want to invest in shit now. Now everyone is like, oh, motherfuckers, let me get a little something on the side. Nah, motherfucker. Yeah, that's another thing right now. People are not investing in that, like on the market. Like, the marketplace. Like, if I showed you my phone, bro, emails, DMs, how do I get in? Just 2-3 years ago, I was a crazy motherfucker for what I was doing, you know? And now, what now? Okay. But it's great. It's like I said, I'm not against like, my biggest thing is just educating people when they're trying to get, into this space, being very realistic with them. Because the train has passed. Anyone who's trying to get in the industry, unless you're starting from the ground up as a bud tender or as an ambassador for a brand, you can get your foot in the door. But if you're looking to, like, people think it's just get in, make millions. That's not the case. You know what I mean? Yeah. If that was the case, I wouldn't be living here. I would be fucking retired on an island, hopefully soon. But I'm very realistic with people trying to get in on the investment side. There's a lot of hot stocks. There's a lot of cannabis stocks on the Canadian and European market.
Cannabis stocks, man.
There's a lot of different ways to get your money in. What I tell people is think of the gold rush. We can wrap it up. Think of the gold rush and who really became the big money people. Who made the most money in the gold rush? People that invested in it, right? No. The people who created the services and the tools for gold rushes, of course, to mine the gold. Exactly, dude. Yeah. The pans, the little things, the shovels, the picks, everything. Those are the people, that made all the money in the gold rush. That's true. Of course, the people that were first to market with the gold made a lot of money out of the gold, but the people who made generational money were the people who provided the tools and the services. That's very smart, right there. That's a whole other episode on its own. That's where I tell people to come into cannabis. That's what I'm saying. Bridge the gap. Cannabis. You can make clothes out of hemp. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've seen that, and I've talked about that because in the fashion industry, we're experiencing a problem right now because of the environment. Right. There's a lot of bullshit happening. A lot of bullshit going on. With plastic and all that. We'll can replace that for you. And it's beautiful. We gotta do episode 2. Man. Oh, we're talking about just fashion. Yeah, well, we're gonna have you back, man. But before we leave, I want to talk a little bit more about you, man. How long you been in this industry? Doing it before it was? You were doing it. I've been in the game since 2010. 2010, I started as a bud tender. Damn. Yeah, man, that's good. I'm not gonna say where. Or of course not. I was compensated, but I started as a bud tender. Some of my friends were in the space, and I was playing professional basketball in Europe. And I got introduced my first summer back. I've always been a consumer, but when I saw it from a business standpoint, wow, it sparked my mind. Exactly. So after going to Europe, my last year was 2012, 2013. Every summer I was coming back, I was just more exposed. And I just kept asking to dive in more. And I wanted my hands to get dirty. I wanted to be hands-on. I wanted to see it from the ground level. So I've been in since 2010, and by 2013, it was a wrap, full time. I quit playing ball overseas, struggling to make good money out there. And here I had so much opportunity. It was a very gray area out here, very gray, but I wouldn't change it for the world, because that value and that experience and the knowledge I got for the last 9 to 10 years, the connections you've made, you can't put a number to it. Yeah, I can't. I say anybody who started back then and continued are the ones that are still in it now.
How do you deal with it? The whole like, oh man, you're crazy. Just like you said, like, oh man, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
I was very
You're throwing away, and now everyone.
There's probably a couple friends.
Yeah.
A couple friends that understood what I was doing. But from there on, I've always been an entrepreneur, so I always kind of covered it up with other things I was doing, and never thought that cannabis would be the one that took over. Yeah. I always did cannabis to kind of help jumpstart other businesses.
Okay.
I was making jewelry back in the day. We had a t-shirt company. We were doing all kind of different, entrepreneurial businesses, hustling that I never thought. I always thought I would be playing basketball. I did acting for a little bit. Made some money in acting.
Cool.
I actually dumped that money into the business.
Beautiful, man.
I never thought cannabis would be number one.
Now, some advice you can give to the audience.
Yep.
Not specifically about cannabis, but you stick with it. You said, fuck it, this is my thing. I'm going to keep doing it.
I think for any business, it's just resilience.
Some advice for these motherfuckers that are like, oh man, I'm not so sure. People are, because the pressure is real, right?
Right.
They get criticized about, I want to be an image consultant. I want to be a real estate agent. I want to be a cannabis connoisseur. Mm-hmm. But, family gets in the way. Yeah. Society gets in the way. Religion gets in the way. Whatever, right? Life gets in the way.
Man, if you really if you're really, really passionate about just making a difference for your own life, just simply yourself, like whatever makes whatever's going to make you happy, what's that plan? What does it look like? I always get asked like, how do you become an entrepreneur? For me, it's like, there's no really like how you become an entrepreneur. Most entrepreneurs start by like, well, I was just telling you, they probably did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things at once. You got to experience these things and find out what works for you. Find out where your passion even lies. You know what I mean? Because when people ask, oh, what are you passionate about? I've always only passionate about basketball. And I wasn't passionate about shit else. But basketball's out the door. So as a hustler, you have to find what your passion is going to lie. And you can't just make it up and like, oh, well, I like art. Passion's art. Well, fuck, have you gone through the process of it? So it's more of finding out what works for you, going through different industries and going through different stages of business. And then I just feel like, just resilience. You know what I mean? Like not crying and not just quitting after you heard no. You know how many times I've heard no? Wow. 1,000 fucking times. Yeah. And you got to have a lot of fucking in your system.
Yeah.
Fuck your family. Fuck your religion. Fuck your friends. All that shit. Because at the end of the day, you're over here living a life for the person that's going to pass away in 30 years, and they're not going to give a fuck when they're in the grave about what the fuck you're doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man. You're giving a fuck about, man, I believe in God, and I believe in a higher source, but to tell me I can't do something, that would be different if cannabis hurt people,
Okay, I feel, definitely.
If you're fucking up, we're not talking about coke, we're not talking about meth, we're not talking about heroin, we're talking about a plant.
Yeah.
And so if you feel good about what you're doing and you completely believe that there's a path for you in that, then just take it. Yeah. Someone's gonna, at the end of the day, people gotta accept you for what you are. You know what I mean?
And if not, just like you said, fuck you.
That's it. And you could be respectful about it. You know what I mean? Or you could be disrespectful about it. But at the end of the day, what's gonna make you happy, you gotta do. You know what I mean? And you're gonna find a way one way or another. Because failing and all that is just lessons. There's no such thing as failing, Those things just teach you how to navigate. Those failures just help you navigate, through your adversity and through those challenges. It's just a speed bump, you know what I mean? Yeah. People think like failures are just stop signs and you completely can't go further, It's something I think just in a mental, you definitely can't have like really fast success. Like there's no such thing as like quick success. Like maybe if you win the lottery or you come from money. But
and even if you have it, it'll go away.
It'll go away. So the true journey is like the process, right?
It's beautiful.
I think the process is what teaches people. You got to go through certain experiences to be able to continue to level up.
That's
true.
Know
what I mean? And you got to be able to be criticized. You got to be open-minded. You can't do it yourself. It's all relationship based. So just work hard, build great relationships.
Yeah.
and the time will tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And taking the failures. I always say that failure is just like the salt and the pepper in every single fucking dish.
Bro, it's like in
what
school.
makes it. Takes
school,
good.
you failed the test doesn't mean you can't get an A on the next one.
Yeah, shit.
Right? You failed the test, it means you failed the course? Hell no. You failed the first test, you can still pass the class.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. You failed once, you failed twice, you can still pass the class.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
There's extra credit to be made.
Social pressure, man.
Social pressure.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Turn the TV off. Don't watch TV no more.
Yeah,
you know.
Please don't. I always say
yourself. You know, I learned that like through cannabis, I got caught up in the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know, and the last couple of years, you know, off a couple of mentors and friends that are very successful around me, just learning from other people.
Yeah.
You know, surrounding yourself with good people and just learning from other people. You don't have to always be around them, but you're just social media now. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I watch you. I watch my buddy Brian. I watch other people, and I learn from other people.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just continue to learn. Like I stopped learning. After college, I kind of stopped learning and was just focused on making money. And then I saw my money kind of like not continue to elevate where I wanted to.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started learning, it just went up. It went up. You know? But it was just me like tuning in, like, oh damn, like I'm not learning no more. I'm listening, like, stop listening to fucking music in the car and stop watching TV. Yeah. Those two things I stopped doing, and I started listening to podcasts, and I started listening to audiobooks
straight up,
and I started meditating and just really like diving into my brain, giving my brain fuel. Man, like my life's completely changed the last couple of years. But that's just like by watching other people do it too, you know. Yeah. Like watching other people, what they post and what they're doing, what's working for other people may work for you.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I wanted to bring it, because I mean, you are teaching these people. You are like an example of this industry and weed consumption. That's how I see you. Like when people talk, I want to talk about cannabis. I'm like, man, you gotta follow my brother, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
he's making it, and look at him, look good, man. You're fit, whatever. So that's the
greatest thing about cannabis is like it's you know. For Viola, we consider ourselves a lifestyle brand. You know what I mean? When I mean lifestyle, I mean health, wellness, holistic. You know, I don't mean when people hear lifestyle in California, they're like, man, turn up, let's get lit. The lifestyle, we're gonna get fucked up at the club tonight. You know, and it's not that. No, we're completely talking about the wellness. Yeah, you know what I mean? The health side of cannabis. You know what I mean? We do a lot of cool events. We do yoga events. We do Pilates, like.
No, you do
yoga cannabis events.
I gotta go to.
We do a lot of cool stuff for the community, and that's the biggest thing is getting the community and showing the wellness of the plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
man. But
there's so much more.
This was, man. We can go on and on. I know, man. We should do an episode too. We should have been smoking and doing this fucking episode. I was just thinking about it, like, God damn, man. We're gonna yeah, but we'll definitely do a part 2. So, where can people follow you, man?
Man, so you can follow me at I am Dustin Williams on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Dustin Heiman Williams. That's the only platforms I got right now. I'm working on some YouTube stuff. Look for it.
You're gonna do it, man. Yeah.
YouTube channel, Hunger the Trap, coming very, very soon. Very soon,
brother. Yeah.
End of this month. Hunger the Trap. It's exciting.
We're gonna leave all the information over there for people to see it.
Let's do it.
But appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for having me, man.
What's up? Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, this is the Fashion Matrix. I am Pablo Rivera Espinosa de los Monteros, your host. Remember that this podcast gets sponsored by Style Systems, an image consulting business. And if you're more interested, just go to stylesystems.net. Don't forget to visit fashionmatrix.vip. This is the masterclass. Like, if you really want to learn how deep the rabbit hole goes, come on, motherfuckers, you got to go there. Plus, you get a fucking free trial. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, all right? So you got to follow my brother. I have so much respect for you, man.
Thanks,
really appreciate you, man. So thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.